Hello everyone, this is Protean and Rights4Wookies, and this is our attempt at the Askacapper's challenge, which is, he posted a video with some gameplay in the background where he had Ancient Depths, and he was utterly bashing the AI. He had some unbelievable cards on the field. He had like all his unbelievable cards on the field, and he attacked, and the final score was, the final opponent's life score was -75, which is pretty insane. So he said, guys, see what the most humiliating defeat you can come up with is. And there were a couple of video responses which got to like a couple of hundred. There were a couple of comments saying they managed like 400 or 500. And we wanted to see what kind of the best way of doing this was and what the most we could get. And this has been kind of the best we managed to do. And I think we were quite successful, to be honest.
Yeah, no, out of everything we thought of, this was definitely the most effective. And I think elves are really the deck you have to play. I mean, Askacapper had basically every single creature in the Ancient Depths deck out. And in the end, that only came to about, 100 damage. And although that's because they have a few creatures, 100, 100, like 11 11s or 12 12s, without the ability to sort of buff cards or build up sort of, +1/+1 for each creature or whatever, it's very hard to actually hit those, hundreds per creature. And that's really what the elf deck is so great at. And in online play, you wouldn't be able to do this. But against the AI, you can just turtle, save up those Elvish Promenades.
If you look, we have he has 2 cards left in his deck. We weren't playing a 60-card deck because we wanted to get as many of the utterly ridiculously huge creatures in our deck down. So this isn't really trimmed for multiplayer. We retrimmed the deck just to do this challenge. So we've got a little bit more. I think it came to about 70 cards.
Yeah, we just took out some of the sort of sorceries and instants which we were never going to be using, and some of the sort of 1/2s and 1/1 creatures.
And the things that blocked flyers because Garrick doesn't have flyers. But this is really, in a second, you'll see what basically makes this possible. So we play our Might of the Masses, which is... they don't help. They help quite a bit. They get us like a couple of 100 damage.
It's really the Elvish Promenades which enable you to have so many
tokens. And then the combination of that with the what's he called? Something leader.
Renegade Leader.
Renegade Leader. That's it. That guy. His ability buffs. Basically, you tap your mana, and then you can buff all your creatures +3/+3. And what that means is, all our 100 tokens get buffed +3/+3. So every time we activate it, that's another 300 damage. So you tap 5 mana.
So we do that 3 times, and our 111 11s go up to 120/20. So that's gone from 1,100 damage to 2,000 damage. So that's really where the damage come from, not the individual large cards. Like you see, there's 3 Heedless one there, which are 139 each. That's not really contributing that much. It's the tokens which are really making the difference here. So if you're trying to replicate us and see if you can beat us, then definitely go for the tokens.
Yeah.
That's really
actually, I'd encourage someone to try and get higher than what we get, because we didn't play this efficiently. We just we were having fun, and it was really funny kind of how ridiculous it looks. So we weren't really thinking, we weren't being careful, we weren't playing the optimum way of doing this. We were just kind of messing about. This bit especially looks utterly ridiculous because we started clicking, realized the mouse just wasn't going to cut it, so just started spamming the return key. And you can see cards absolutely everywhere. But yeah, no, I reckon if you did this properly and just tried it a couple of times, it doesn't take that long. You only really need like 55 turns-ish. So it takes like 10-15 minutes, I think.
Maybe a bit longer.
But yeah, so now you'll see we get to -3,069.
Okay, so thanks, and have a go if you want, and come check out our videos anyway.
Yeah, definitely. If anyone manages to beat us, please post it as a video response on this video as well as Askacapper, because we want to see.